Hey ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. What we're going to be going over is HoudiniEsq for iOS. We have an Android app in the works, identical functionality, so you can follow along if you have an Android device. This is the new mobile app for HoudiniEsq. We're pretty excited about it, and so are all the law firms that are testing it. Let me show you what the product can do for you and your law firm. Currently we have the home screen open. Once you log in, Houdini will automatically save that login information and allow you to log in immediately just with a single tap. I'm running this in the iOS simulator. We tried video recording it on the actual mobile device with the video camcorder, but it kind of looked pretty bad, so I'm going to use an iOS simulator. iPhone 5S. It works on your iPad. It'll work on practically any device. You just get more real estate and some things expand. And we can show that in another video, but currently we're using a small mobile device since that's pretty handy to have with you all the time. So we have the home screen in. I've logged in successfully, and what we have here is a reference calendar at the very top and 4 primary buttons. We have our events, to-dos, notices, and inbox. That's stuff you want to look at a glance and see if anything's new. The little red dot signifies it's something that you have not seen or is pending for those items. So we have 2 events, 2 to-dos, 3 notices, and currently nothing new in my inbox. If I use my finger to scroll down, you'll notice that I also expose additional buttons. We have matters, contacts, and some billing information. And we'll go over those a little later. Let's start at the top though. We have 2 icons at the top. The one on the left is significant because that is a very powerful feature in Houdini. It's pretty important when you're on the go to not only know what events are pending, any upcoming to-dos, any important notices, anything in your inbox, but to have access to documents is really important, especially if you're a litigator, right? Or you're in court for some other practice areas such as bankruptcy, family law, things of that nature. There's often you need access to documents. Instead of taking all that paper with you, Houdini has a nice feature where you can view any document that's related to a matter. Now, in traditional systems, you have to drill down, find the matter, go to the Docs tab, and view those documents. Not in Houdini. In Houdini, what we have is what's called the Exhibits tab, or Exhibits Home Screen tab. When you click that, that allows you to actually see documents on your mobile device clearly and easily with a single click. As you can see here, I'm viewing documents, images. I can even view videos. Things of that nature. I can use my fingers to pinch and scale out. You can view just about any type of document: ODT, doc, docx, PDFs, videos, JPEGs, so on and so forth. It's real easy to add documents to this area. It's also just as easy to remove them. I just simply swipe left. It shows me what document I'm looking at. If I close that, I can go ahead and click delete, and it's gone. Now, adding items to the exhibits area is so easy, and I'm going to show you that here shortly. But let's go back to the home screen. I'm just going to click the icon again. And you notice there's an icon on the right-hand side. All that does is scroll down. Okay, we left that there because it's a pretty handy way to see that there is more at the bottom of the screen if you don't want to drag your finger. Or when you first use it, it's very intuitive because most people will click that out of curiosity and see that there is more. We have our reference calendar, which is color-coded. Green means there's simply just 1 item on that day, pretty light day. Orange, a little more items, and pink means 3 or more items. So you have a pretty busy day. You'll see I'll click the 22nd, and I could drill down and see those individual items plus the billable amount. I can add new items, filter, and also search from here. That's true of any list in HoudiniEsq for iOS or Android. I'm going to go back and a little more about this reference calendar. You see it's on the current month, but I can click previous, of course, and traverse the monthly calendar. I can also go hit next, so I can just click today to jump to today. If I swipe the calendar to the left, I get a handy little feature that lists the top 3 events that are upcoming. They're color-coded as well. Red means it's pending very soon. Right now it is currently 1:38, and I have an appointment at 1:45, so it's red. I have another one at 2:30, and of course 1 at 5 p.m., which is gray. Blue is within the next hour or so, and that's not represented here, and unfortunately on any events I have. I have a timer, so I can start the timer anytime. If I exit the app and come back, for any reason, the timer will continue to pick up where I left off. So that's a nice convenient way. I can start the timer, walk into court, and when I walk out, stop the timer, and I can bill for that time. Simply by clicking Save, it opens an event. I can select a 341A meeting. I select the matter. Let's just say credenza personal. Well, let's do half bankruptcy. And of course, I can extend or change the amount of time. Now, I didn't leave the timer running long enough, but we'll just say it was 2 hours, $400. Mark it billable, and just put a simple note like that. Click Save, and I've just billed for that time. I can go back. You notice that the timer has reset because I saved, but I can start the timer, go on to other things in Houdini, and come back to it and it's still running. Okay, so that's very useful. And there's also another timer when you make a phone call, and I can demonstrate that to you. Since I'm not on a mobile device, it won't actually make the phone call, but let's go ahead and show you that since I'm on that topic. If I scroll down and I go to the contacts, and I look up a contact, doesn't really matter. Let's look at, oh, this one worked, Johnny here. If I click that, it'll make the phone call and the timer will start. I can stop it and continue. Now, it would automatically stop when I end the phone call. It automatically show the timer still ticking away. I can simply select the matter. Now, when I select the matter, it's only going to show matters that are related to a particular contact. Very convenient. You don't have to go hunting and pecking for all the matters. It's only going to show you the matters that that person is associated with to select from. I simply leave the billable check, and I simply click Save, and I'm done. I've just created an event and billed for that phone call. Since I'm on the contacts, we're going to talk a little bit more about it. You have all the typical information here, right? Contact addresses, contact information. But at the top, I want you to look at these two buttons here. If you go to Related Matters, the mobile will actually show you each matter that an individual is associated with and how they're associated. In this case, Bankruptcy Chapter 13, and here's another one, filed Chapter 13. So you can see he's actually the client in this one and also the client in this one as well. So it's saying the matter, and after the dot there, it says how they're related. So that's the Related Matters, okay, to that particular contact. If I click Detail Field, it takes me right back. I click Back. To make changes, of course, I simply would just make an additional change. For example, I'm going to change that to a general, and just click Save, and now it's general. Okay, so as you can see here, it's changed it. I'm going to go back to the home screen, and let's just go over that list one more time. Go back to contacts. On any list in Houdini, you can actually click New to add a new record, filter to filter for specific records, and you can also do a search. Let's just do a search for B, C, B. It starts drilling down to that. I can hit the clear the search to go back to the original list. If you have a filter applied, for example, if I select a type and I select general, it shows me only general clients that are of type general. If I want to clear that filter, I simply pull it down on the list and it'll reset to the default view. That's true of any list. So let's take a look at what else we have in the mobile. So of course I can look at events. Now if I click any of these buttons, immediately that list is filtered by today, because it's telling me that I have current items, a red dot, and it's filtering by things that I should be aware of now. I can edit any of these, clear them. I could drill down and view the individual information, make adjustments, click Save, of course. But I can also clear that particular filter and get all my events, the top 20 events. As you can see on here, it says Viewing Top 20 for today. Okay, if I want to view a different day, I simply click Filter, and I can of course change the day and see what's on my plate for tomorrow, like so. Okay, let's go back to events. To-dos are pretty straightforward. I have to-dos. These are all to-dos that are not marked complete. To mark a to-do complete, you simply open it, click Mark Done, I can optionally bill. I'll just drag that like so, 0.40. I can override the amount if I wanted to. Make billable and click save. Well, maybe I should select an event type since it is billable. Let's say it was deposition, just to sake argument. Click save, done. It's off my list, like so. Notices are pretty important. Anytime an individual uploads a document or important notification in the system, either internally by HoudiniEsq or by staff, it will be listed here. I have 3 important notices. I can click any one and view that information. I can simply acknowledge it and click save, or I can click billable, like so. If I click billable, it's automatically acknowledged. Since it's linked to a matter, it'll automatically calculate based on my duration. I click save, like so, and I've just billed for that. We have clients that actually use this to very quickly bill for documents that they review on the mobile. While on the go, sitting in court waiting, or at a red light, it's very convenient to simply view an item and say, oh yeah, okay, I'll make that billable to 1/10 of an hour, 1/4 of an hour, so on and so forth, and bill that quickly. Very easy, very convenient tool. Inbox, I could view my emails. I have, using the email kind of set up in Houdini, I can respond to email. I can even make these emails billable or simply clicking billable and clicking save. I don't have an email account set up in this particular demo account, so it only allows me to click junk to remove it. Removing email is just as easy. Simply swipe left, click delete, off it goes, it's gone. That's our inbox. We'll go into matters and contacts, but I want to draw your attention to, at the very bottom of our screen, we have a very convenient feature there. It says swipe left here for quick entries. If I swipe that left, I can add notes, events, to-dos, contacts, matters, and emails. Very convenient way to do that. I simply swipe left. I'm going to make a note, what matter is related to. Of course, I could search and just do search for key date trigger test, stuff like that. Test, just a note. And this little icon here that appeared is because I'm typing, and if you're on a mobile device, the keyboard may show. You can close the keyboard by clicking that button. Click save, done. I've added a note to that particular matter. That easy. Very convenient feature to have that down there. So let's look at matters. I click matters, and when I click a matter, I get all the top matters that are currently open that I'm presently working on, not the entire staff. Remember, the mobile device is a personal device, so it's only going to show things that you're related to. If you're a super user, that does not apply to the mobile device, okay? It's only matters that you're associated with. So if you don't see a matter, just ask the staff member to add you as matter member, and boom, they'll show up here. So you'll see that we also show at a glance the trust, the expense, and unbilled amounts. If I was to open or click a matter or tap it, in this case on a mobile device, I get the detail. Let me open a more interesting one, because something we do that a lot of others don't is we actually have custom fields. I'm picking ones that don't have it. Here we go. So you can see that not only do I have all access to all the matter pertinent information, including key dates, I also have access to the actual custom fields that are associated with my matter. I can also quickly, if I needed to, make changes, including lookups, dates, and things of that nature very easily. Make adjustments to my my data in my matters. If you notice at the top, we have a nice menu here. We have nothing in trust, but I could drill down. I could look at individual events, expenses, invoices. I could view documents, notes, related parties, to-dos, and of course the inbox, and the inbox associated with emails associated with a particular matter, as in this case. You see there. And the emails are displayed just as you would expect, or just as the sender would expect you to view them. Okay. So I can simply scroll my finger, jump back to the field. I simply click the first button. I come back to the fields. Very convenient. At the top, we can see the values at a glance. Let me pick another matter that has more financial information in it, like this one here. So we see we have a trust. I can see the trust deposits, events. Of course, I can make adjustments to my billable events there, just like so. I'm gonna go back, and last but not least, we're going to talk about the actual pre-bill button at the bottom. Now it's displaying by default my billing for the current month. So the top number is actually what's been invoiced, and the bottom number is what is unbilled. Okay, so I have a little over 1,000 that's I've invoiced, and I have a little over 4,600 that has not been billed. If I click this, I actually get the pre-bill screen, and what the pre-bill screen does, it shows me everything that I have not billed yet, and with some detail. At the very top, I have the grand totals, expenses, and unbilled. But I have individual matters I could drill down and view each individual one. We'll pick Broward County here. I'll click that guy, and you'll see it also breaks down the events and the expenses very easily. And of course, I can add new items, change new items. For example, I'll change this to $25, like so, and it'll recalculate. Now it's $35 in expenses, $5,865.49 on billable events or time. So as you can see, it's very convenient to see where I'm at. If I want to see where I'm at, now this would include all unbilled items, not just the month of May, as the button on the bottom displays. That's just for your own personal use. So that's HoudiniEsq. But before we end this video, I want to show you again how to use the exhibits button. So it's fairly straightforward. If I'm at the office, I know I'm going to go to a deposition or go to court, I simply select the matter. I can find the matter. Let's do Broward County. I select that guy. I go to the Docs tab, open a document, and you notice I have an Add to Home Screen. I click that guy. The button disappears, signifies it's now on my home screen. If I was to go back to the home screen and click the Exhibits button, like so, that was trademark demo. There you go. And that's how easy it is to add documents to the HoudiniEsq exhibit screen. Okay, I click this again, go back. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's HoudiniEsq for iOS and Android. Thank you for joining me.